Okay, here we're going to look at translating sentences into inequalities. These take a little bit of time, so really be sure to be patient with yourself and read closely, taking notes as you go, or sometimes reading it and then rereading it and taking notes. So, as we look at this problem, it says Lamar wants to exercise more than 30 minutes today. Okay, so we're talking about inequalities. More than, that gives us a little sign. Let's read on. He plans to both run and swim. Aha! So there's two different exercises. Each lap he runs takes 1.9 minutes, and each lap he swims takes him 1.3 minutes. Aha! So we're getting some more information, letting R be the number of laps he runs and S being the number of laps he swims. We're going to write an inequality showing that Lamar achieves his goal of more than 30 minutes of exercise. More than 30. Okay, this is a little note I'm taking. Alright, so that kind of takes care of that 30 there. Now, R is the number of laps he runs, and each lap he runs takes 1.9 minutes. Okay, if we go back and look, he's going to both run and swim. So we have the run plus swim is going to be greater than that 30 minutes, right? And so this running is the number of laps, or the number of time, the amount of time actually. And how do we calculate the amount of time he runs? Well, it's going to be the number of laps times the number of minutes per lap. So this becomes 1.9 R. So it's the number of minutes per lap times the number of laps. Then we're going to do the same thing for swimming. If he swims, it takes him 1.3 minutes per lap. So that's going to be 1.3 S, and then it's still greater than 30. And we don't have to solve this, because all it's asking us to do is translate the sentence into an inequality. So this would be our final answer. Okay, let's look at another example. Here we've got a car race. Car number 1 went an average of 155 miles per hour for X hours and before dropping out of the race. Car number 2 went an average of 150 miles for Y hours before dropping out. It says write an inequality showing that the distance car 1 traveled was at most that of car 2. Okay, at most. That's going to be a sign for us to think about the inequality, right? Inequality. So car 1 is at most car 2. What does at most? That means it can't be bigger. It means at most car 1 can, at the very most, can be the same. So that means it can't be bigger, so that means it must be less than. But can it be equal also, is the question we have to ask ourselves. And it says at most car 2, so our answer has to be that it's yes, it can be equal to, but it must be less than or equal to. So that's the tricky part here, because we know that car 1 traveled 155 miles per hour for X hours, so that's easy. That's 155X. And then car 2 is 150 for Y number of hours. And there's our answer.